सतारिणि श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा
प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा। Do you think we should wait for a couple of minutes? The attendance will go up.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावना हेतु तव अवतार मौसम पतिता प्रभु न पई बेयारा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपावलोकना करो हमें बड़ो दुखी दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोचाय तव कृपावले पाय चैतन्य निताय हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट युग श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, once again extend a warm welcome to all of you for this session of Srila Prabhupada Lilamrt. So we are entering a very, very interesting portion of this biography of Srila Prabhupada. The dream of a whole lifetime of going to America and preaching the mission of Srila Prabhupada on the orders, mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the orders of his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which was nurturing in the heart of Srila Prabhupada from the year 1922, when he first met his spiritual master. At that time, he was a young man, only 26 years old, and he had also a child from his marriage, and that was a time when this order was given. But from that time, Prabhupada was just waiting when he will be able to execute this order. And we know in the past several weeks, 10 weeks, we have seen how Srila Prabhupada was struggling. On the one side with his family, other side with his business to improve his own economy, and side by side extend all help to Gaudiya Mutt and do preaching also in his own individual responsibility. All this was going on for Srila Prabhupada. Now all his dreams are coming to fruit. Of course, not in the way that we would have hoped, that he would have been welcomed by America, he would have been sent from India with a great fanfare, and somebody would have been organizing huge functions for Prabhupada in America, and he would be speaking to thousands and thousands of people. And it's not happening like that. That's the story we are going to see now. So this chapter is entitled Planting the Seed. This period is between 1965 and 66. That means this is the 70th year of Srila Prabhupada. He is entering into his 70th year, and that 1 year period is what we are going to discuss. So briefly, let us see what is happening now. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, age 69, is traveling aboard a steamship called Jaladuta, belonging to Scindia Steamship Company, from Calcutta to New York on his historic voyage to spread the mission of his Guru, the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English-speaking world. That is his goal, and he is going alone. And what he is carrying with him is 40 Indian rupees. At that time, it translated into $8. That is all the money he was carrying. In today's terms, 40 rupees would be 50 cents, half a dollar. That's what he was carrying. That too not in foreign currency, in Indian currency. It has no value actually in the West. There is no institutional backing for Srila Prabhupada. He's not being sent by Gaudiya Mutt. He's not being sent by the government of India. He's not being sent by any famous spiritual mission from India. He's going in his individual capacity. An old man of 70 years, he has neither been recognized by the government of India nor by any of the spiritual missions of India. He is going all alone in his personal capacity. Okay, what about the other side? In America, are there a lot of supporters waiting for him? In India, there is no recognition. Okay, but in America, there are so many followers. No. In America also, nobody is waiting for him. Nobody is waiting for his arrival there. Nobody is hoping that Prabhupada would come and create a spiritual revolution there. Not at all. He is just living in his own individual capacity, going to America and having full faith in his Guru and in Krishna and in the message of Mahaprabhu. He is going to execute the order of his spiritual master. Just imagine this in your heart and see this picture in front of you. There is a ship in the background, Jaladuta, an old cargo ship, and Prabhupada is climbing the steps all alone. And look at him. He's wearing a typical Indian saint's dress. He's wearing a dhoti and a chadar on his shoulders. He's having an umbrella under his arms, and he's carrying a briefcase. That is all. With that he's going. And there is a bead bag hanging from his neck, you can see. And with great determination, at the age of 69, going on 70, he is just leaving and boarding the ship, Jaladuta. And he's going there to teach Krishna consciousness. Nobody is demanding, nobody is asking, nobody is inviting. On his own volition, he's going to teach Krishna consciousness to the English-speaking world. What an amazing thing. It's like a dream, even for me to think about it now. It looks like a dream. It's like some imagination. Would anyone do it? Would anyone have the courage to do what Srila Prabhupada is attempting? Incredible.
No, Prabhuji.
And that too, Prabhupada has been a businessman. He knows the ways of the world. He's not a completely innocent or a foolish man. He knows the world. He has been preaching in India for a long time with no result. Nobody interested in Krishna consciousness. Neither people are willing to give him money, nor people are willing to physically help him, nor are they interested in the message of Krishna. This is the situation in India, Bharata Bhumi, where Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, where there are thousands of temples of Krishna, where Vrindavan itself is located here in this land. But in India, there is no interest. What do you think he will expect in America? But he's going with faith in his Guru's words, because Guru said, you go to the English-speaking world and teach Krishna consciousness in English. And Prabhupada says, when Guru gives an instruction, empowerment comes with it. Anyone who accepts the instruction will feel the empowerment. For those others who just hear the instruction in 1 year and leave it in the other year, there will be no empowerment. But if you take the instruction seriously in your heart, it is not just an instruction. It comes with a tremendous power of empowerment that is there along with the instruction. So here is a story of how an individual will, the will of Srila Prabhupada, an old 70-year man, but persisting patiently, overcame great obstacles. It is the will of Srila Prabhupada against all odds. All odds were stacked against him. The only thing standing against it was the powerful, indomitable will of Srila Prabhupada. With that will, he smashed all the obstacles on the way, and finally he succeeded. This struggle has been going on for 70 years. His whole lifetime has been a struggle, a lifetime in preparation. Now is the time that it is all coming to fruition, and we are going to see how amazingly Krishna will reveal the glory of Srila Prabhupada to all of us. So this is the story of a time in the 1960s. If you go back to history, does anyone know when the Second World War was fought?
Prabhuji, 1943, 44.
Yeah, that is the time the war was coming to end. 1945 was the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? That was the time. So between 1939, the war started in 1939 between Germany, France, Britain, Russia. Then the war started expanding. Japan, Italy, they joined the war. They were called Axis powers, and the Axis powers were gaining ground. That means the Germany, Italy, and Japan. That was the evil Axis power. The Western world called them like that. And on the other side was France and Russia and UK. And they were getting easily overrun by the tremendous war machine of Germany under Hitler. So the war was going on in full vigor. At that time, India was a colony of the British Empire. And America was unwilling to join the war for a long time. It was called the period of glorious isolation. America chose to isolate itself from this war. But then eventually, the Japanese thought the Americans may side with the Britain when there is a request from Winston Churchill. So the Japan wanted to preempt America from joining the war. So they saw Americans had a very powerful navy, and many of the naval vessels were in the area of Pearl Harbor. So the Japanese went with several aircraft to bomb the ships and to sink them before they could do anything. So when the Americans saw this, they entered into the war. So Americans entered into the war, and very quickly they developed the nuclear atom bomb. They call it the dirty bomb, very, very primitive bomb. And they dropped 2 of these bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And with that, the war came to an end. Japan meekly surrendered, and the rest of it is history. Very quickly, Germany and Italy were also defeated, and the Allied powers won the war. So who became the hero of the war? Americans became the heroes of the war, because it was only because of the nuclear bomb that the war ended. So America became the most powerful country in the world. That's why United Nations, all these things, all the things they shifted to America. And slowly, Americans became very powerful, very wealthy, economically a very powerful nation. So all the Americans got rich very quickly. So the people in the 1940s, they were all very, very rich people. And their children were teenagers by the time it was 1960, 61, 62. You can imagine, between 1945 to 1960, 61, they were all teenagers. So they were a pampered children. The parents were so rich, and the parents were so much engaged in sense gratification and earning wealth. They had no time for the children. The children were pampered with money and all facilities and comforts and luxuries. but no time was available from the parents. The children became disillusioned to see the parents running after money. And somehow the children thought, this is not the way life should be lived. There should be love in life. They were looking for that love, which they were not receiving from the parents. So they were somehow unconsciously turning towards a superpower God who is a loving being. They did not know, but somehow their heart was hankering for something that will fulfill this emptiness in the heart. They were looking for love. So what happened? All these teenagers left home. So these teenagers had their own leaders who were also teenagers, teenage leaders. So they were preaching to them through the media, and all the children left homes from very, very rich families. They gave up everything, and without even telling their parents, they became hippies and they left homes. And they all ended up in different parts of USA, mainly in New York, downtown, the poor locality of New York, and also in California. They became the hippie capitals of America. So these teenage hippies, they were looking for meaning in life. They were looking for the truth. They found this is all illusion. The life that the parents were living, they thought it is all illusion. They were running after money, opulence, wealth, sense gratification. But they thought actually the true meaning of life is love. And they were looking for that love. But because they lacked proper shastric guidance, they had no proper spiritual master, they were doing according to their own imagination and fascination. So they were doing things like, free sex, because it is one of the pleasures which is freely available by nature. So the boys and girls, they were thinking of, we can have free sex. Where is the restriction? No restriction between us. That is one. Secondly, music. They thought music is the expression of the heart. By hearing music, by creating music, we are expanding our consciousness. Thirdly, drugs entered into the picture, LSD and drugs like that. They called them as mind expanders. So they thought, along with free sex and intoxication with these drugs and music, they were experiencing super consciousness. So they were doing like that. They were not taking bath because they are not living with parents, they are not living at home. So there was no bath, no proper food. Many of them were starving, living only on drugs and liquor. And, this was a situation. In that situation, where there was a consciousness revolution happening among the teenagers of America, that is the time Srila Prabhupada reached America. And what did he carry with him? He carried an almost forgotten culture of Vedic India. The culture of Vedic India means the culture which is thousands of years old, maybe 10,000 years old, maybe 20,000 years old, maybe 1,000,000 years old. That Vedic culture, which was not there in India also in the 1960s. But Prabhupada carried that culture of India and planted it in the heart of this cultural turmoil in 1966 when ISKCON was established. So now you can see the background. This is the time for the Vedic culture of India. And the essence of Vedic culture is bhakti. And this is the time this bhakti plant was going to be planted very strongly in the American soil, which is considered as a capital of sense gratification, capital of material wealth. That is where Prabhupada is planting the seed of bhakti culture, of a Vedic culture in America. So this is a very, very, very significant historic event. But how it is unfolding, as we saw, one old man of 70 years going on board a passenger ship, on a cargo ship as the only passenger with no money. Imagine the power of God. Huh? There is nothing that can stop an idea whose time has come. And now the idea is bhakti. Kalir dosha nideraja nasti eko mahan guna. Kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sanka param brajet. Bhagavatam says Kali Yuga is full of faults, but there is one good quality. What is that? Just by doing kirtan of the names of Krishna, one will go back home, back to Godhead. There is the only good quality of Kali Yuga. And the time has come, Yuga Dharma, the time for the Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan has come. And Srila Prabhupada is carrying that Harinam Sankirtan to America. And nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. He is the messenger of Kali Yuga Dharma. the messenger of Harinam Sankirtan to the Western world. And that is what we are going to see today. So when the American disciples, the first American disciples, how old were they? The first American disciples of Srila Prabhupada? Any guess?
Teenagers, Prabhuji, these
Teenagers.
teenagers that you were talking about.
Yeah. Among them, if somebody was 20 years old, he will be considered old. Someone 20 years will be old. Most of them were 16, 17, 18, 15, like that. That was the age group. So these people, how did they see Prabhupada, who suddenly appeared among them? They were all the time experimenting with liquor, drugs, free sex, music, and LSD. That's what they were doing. And suddenly there is a 70-year-old sannyasi appearing in their midst, a very serious looking man. So they saw him as an elderly, golden skinned Bengali sadhu. His skin was golden for them. And if you read many of the memoirs of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, today there are, I don't know how many, I have lost count, maybe 30, 40, 50 books may be there, written by Prabhupada's direct disciples about their experiences with Prabhupada. Everywhere they say he was golden skinned. His skin was shining. How is it possible? A man of 70 years, his skin must be shrinking. And they say it was shining. He was effulgent. They used to say when the aeroplane landed, the aeroplane itself was covered in a halo of golden light. And when the door opened, all the passengers get down. And then Prabhupada is standing at the top of the staircase and smiling from there. And they all saw him shining in a golden light. So like that they saw him. And he was very grave. Very grave means very deep. You cannot understand what he is thinking. Outwardly, he may appear like something, but internally, there's something very deep going on. So, philosophically, he was so deep. Nobody can guess what is going on inside him. Despite that, he was very humorous and talkative. If you see such a person, you would withdraw, oh my God, how can I even have an interaction with him? He's such a grave, deep, philosophic man. But no, he was very humorous. He will make you feel at home in one moment. He's so transparent. He's so loving, so warm, so caring, so kind, and very talkative. He will make you talk. By his talking, he will make you talk. But he was a stranger among them from India. There were hardly Indians. My guru says, I have never seen Indians in America until I came to India in 1971 in search of my spiritual master. He came. Again, he was a teenager, but he was somehow not knowing this revolution that was happening in America. In the year 1971, he came from Chicago to India. And he says, until I came to India, I had not seen Indians. So now they are seeing an Indian. And what he's wearing? Saffron, a large sheet of saffron. They say they are wearing sheets. In America, they wear stitched dresses. But these are not stitched dresses. They are only sheets of. So he was sharing a sheet of soft saffron robes. And his chappals were rubber, white pointy shoes he was wearing. And he was carrying an umbrella. You saw in the picture, no? That umbrella he was carrying under his arm. So this is how they saw Srila Prabhupada. At the same time, they saw he was spiritually dedicated. 24 hours, fully dedicated to spirituality. This was unheard of in USA. These children had never seen their parents taking any interest in spirituality, nor even in their own churches. They saw the church fathers and priests. They are also rolling in wealth. They are also having big cars, big bungalows, nice families, enjoying sense gratification. They never saw anyone spiritually dedicated in their life. They saw Prabhupada for the first time like that. And they became very impressed and attracted. Because on the one side, he was very loving and very caring, very kind. On the other side, he was spiritually very deep. That means he was materially indifferent. So that attracted them very much. And what he was doing most of the time, sitting in his room, chanting Krishna's names, translating Vedic scriptures, and teaching Gita whenever somebody came to him. So this is how they experienced Prabhupada in their midst. But before that, now we will see what is going on. When the early disciples of Srila Prabhupada wanted to compile his history and make a book out of it, he said, There is no need. What is so great about my life? I am an indifferent, insignificant soul. What is so important about me? But I want to publish books on Krishna. He is the supreme person. I want to publish many books about him. Like that, Prabhupada cold-shouldered the idea of writing a book about him. But the disciples understood, according to spiritual science, a pure devotee of God is as important as God because he is the representative of God. God is sending him as his representative to deliver his message to this society that has forgotten God. Among these forgetful people, he is sending his own messenger from the spiritual world. So his life is as important as studying the life of Krishna himself. So that is why this important book has been compiled by Satswarupa Goswami Maharaj for our benefit. So now we are entering into that important, absorbing chapter that proves to us in our heart the existence of God. This is the proof. This 1 year history of what happened is proof that God exists and God loves us. That we are going to see now. So now we are in 1965, in the month of August, somewhere around 12-13. There is a regular cargo carrier ship of Scindia Steamship Company that is going to set sail from Calcutta port. The Jaladuta is going to start. And there is one passenger. Apart from the regular staff, the workers on the thing and the captain, there is one passenger. And what is his name? It is written in the charter of the ship, all these records, the devotees have dug up subsequently, going to the Scindia Steamship Company, that particular 1965 voyage records they have picked up, and from that they saw the passenger name is written as Shri Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami, age 69, bearing a complimentary ticket with food. So that is what Sumati Morarji has arranged for him, a complimentary ticket to sail from Calcutta to New York along with food, and he has given a cabin. And there was the commander, Arun Pandya, and his wife, they were also on the ship. And the ship left on August 13 on a Friday. Friday the 13th, is the name of famous movies in America. When the date 13 and Friday coincide, they think it is a bad omen. Those days are considered very dangerous. Because both 13 and Friday are considered bad. Jesus was crucified on Friday, and 13 is considered as a number of Saturn. So, but on that historic day, Srila Prabhupada left for America, a completely materialistic land. He's going there to plant spirituality. Ship left in the morning, 9 a.m. And now we are going to read from the diary of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada's diary noting on September 13, he writes, the cabin is quite comfortable. Thanks to Lord Krishna for enlightening Sumati Morarji. I am quite comfortable. So Prabhupada is thanking at the outset, ship is leaving and Prabhupada is thanking Krishna. Oh Krishna, you entered the mind of Sumati Morarji and you made her agree to taking me as a passenger. She never wanted to take me. You arranged for me to travel. So I am quite happy. Not only she has done that, she has given me a nice cabin in the ship. I am very comfortable. Krishna, thank you. So this is the mood of any devotee. When hardships come, he doesn't complain to God. When hardships come, he thinks it is a result of my own bad karma and I will accept it. By Krishna's mercy, the hardship is reduced. I deserve much worse. So he doesn't go complaining to Krishna. Oh Krishna, why am I suffering? I am your devotee. You do something. No. But when something good happens, immediately he turns to us, Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are so nice. You have made me so comfortable. You entered into the mind of Sumati Morarji. How many of you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Let me see the hands going up. How many of you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I strongly recommend to all of you, please read Srimad Bhagavatam. Please read Srimad Bhagavatam. If you want to experience spiritual emotions in your heart, you must read Srimad Bhagavatam. Both Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam will churn your heart and it will bring out, the nectar of Krishna Prema. So please do read. And there, you must have, those who read Srimad Bhagavatam must have read Kunti's prayers. Yes. Can someone speak a few words about what you observed in the prayers of Kunti? Anyone?
Prabhuji, very basically, I've heard that Kunti prayed to Krishna like he was leaving their place and going back. So at that time, she wanted him to stay with them. And so she said, if we please give us more and more trials and tribulations, because whenever we get trials or tribulations, you are always there with us. So if that is what it takes to have you with us, then please give us that a lot more. That is the basic, very basic thing I know.
Yeah,
There may be lots more dimensions to this.
Very true. That's a very famous prayer of Kunti Maharani. She is first praying to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, why you are leaving us? We are surrounded by inimical kings. They are all trying to, destroy us. Because you are here, we are all safe. But if you leave now, what will happen?" Like that, she is praying as though a very materialistic person, very afraid of material dangers. But that is not her intent. Her true intent is somehow to convince Krishna, who is a friend, to stay back. What should I say to make Krishna stay back? If I say, "I am fearless, Krishna, I am your devotee, no harm will come to me," then Krishna will go away. So she is acting as though she is very scared because we are surrounded by so many inimical kings. So if you read only the words of Kunti, you will think, "Oh, she is like us. She is also afraid of all the kings and all that." No, but that is the way she expresses, because Krishna is a relative, uh, right? Her nephew and a friend. So she is convincing him to stay back by saying, "Oh, I am so much afraid, Krishna." But ultimately, she speaks the truth. Then she says, "Krishna, let all these trials keep coming back to me again and again, because that is a time when I remember you and I experience your presence with me. So let it happen again and again and again, so that I can have your presence with me," like that. But in another prayer, she says, "In so many different occasions, you saved us from extreme dangers." And she gives a list of it. She says, when Bhima was poisoned with the poisonous cake, when we were set alight, afire in a Lakshagraha, in a house of wax, they sent us there and they tried to burn us alive. And then they tried to disrobe Draupadi in the assembly of evil people. Like that, in so many ways, we faced so many dangers. And I was alone. My husband was dead. I was a widow and I had little children. And you saved us. You somehow saved us from all kinds of problems. Like that, she's remembering Krishna for saving them from all problems. When Ashwatthama's arrow came to kill the child in the womb of Uttara, that time also saved us. So she's recollecting. But if you see all these events, only in one or two occasions Krishna was personally present. In all the occasions Krishna was not there. Somehow or the other they were saved. But Kunti Maharani is very clear in her mind that it was only Krishna who saved them from all situations. She is not giving credit to the Pandavas for winning the Mahabharata war. She gives the credit entirely to Krishna. She is not giving credit to Yudhishthira Maharaja's high quality kingship for the prosperity of Hastinapur. She says, no, it is only because the lotus feet of Krishna, the marks are there on our land. That is why there is so much prosperity. So she's very clear that all that good that is happening in my life and all the dangers from which we have been saved, it is all the work of Krishna, whether he is physically present or not, because he is there everywhere. Inside and outside of everything, Krishna is present. So that mood Kunti Maharani shows, and that is the mood that we should pray for. That Krishna, I should never complain to you. Whatever suffering comes, I should accept it also as your mercy. Because sufferings you are giving to me so that I can evolve and grow, so that I can take shelter of your lotus feet. I am so weak that whenever there is prosperity and happiness, I forget you. It is only when there are trials and tribulations that I even slightly remember your lotus feet and try to take shelter. So Krishna, let there be sufferings in my life so that I will remember you, because it is your remembrance alone that can save me. If I forget you, I am completely lost. in this ocean of samsara. So let there be suffering like that. So here, Prabhupada is thanking Krishna. Actually, you know how much he struggled to get a free ticket. But now he is not taking any credit. He is giving all the credit to Krishna. So let us take little lessons from all these things that we see. Okay, on 13th, this is the diary record. Now, 14th, one day later, we see here seasickness, dizziness, vomiting, Bay of Bengal, heavy rains. Acha, I think I have to make a correction here. These dates are not September, this is all August. I'm sorry. There's a mistake here. These are all August. So August 14th, seasickness, dizziness, vomiting, just one day into the voyage, Prabhupada is suffering. This is a 38-day voyage. 38-day voyage. And one day only. And if you know, September is the time of our monsoon. July, August, September, time of our monsoon, northwest monsoon. So the Bay of Bengal is very rough and very windy. And this is a small cargo ship. It is tossing like anything. And Prabhupada is having seasickness. Even if the ocean is calm, even then you will have seasickness. If you have ever traveled on a ship, I have experienced this sickness. The ship will go like this in the waves, go up and down. This up and down movement is very dangerous for us. Our body is not tuned for up and down kind of movement. Immediately you feel vomiting sensation and dizziness. Automatically it happens. So Prabhupada is going on a 38-day voyage and this is day one. On top of that, in the Bay of Bengal, there are heavy rains, more sickness follows. 19th of August, he reaches Colombo. And that is the time Janmashtami comes up on 20th. Prabhupada is celebrating Janmashtami on the ship by cooking khichdi and distributing to all the people on the ship. He is also delivering Janmashtami lecture on board the ship. And he is selling some of his Bhagavatam books to the captain and whoever would buy it. So like that, Janmashtami goes 20th. So the following day is Prabhupada's birthday. That is Prabhupada's 70th birthday. 21st August 1965. Without any ceremony, it passes. Today, fortunately, everywhere in every ISKCON temple all around the world, Prabhupada's birthday coincides with Nandotsav, the day Nanda Maharaj celebrated the birth of Lord Sri Krishna. And there is amazing feast only on Prabhupada's birthday. On Krishna's birthday, no feast, only fast. That is Krishna. But Krishna doesn't want you to fast on the birth of his amazing devotees. That is a day of feast for us. So on the birthday today, every year we celebrate wonderfully Prabhupada's birthday. Then the same day, the ship docks in Cochin. So, the ship is going down from Calcutta around Sri Lanka and it is going to the west coast of India and it goes to Cochin and there Srimad Bhagavatam books are getting loaded into the ship. Yeah, the books that have been painstakingly prepared by Srila Prabhupada, they are getting loaded. They have been shipped from Bombay to Cochin because the ship will not go to Bombay. It will only go from Cochin and it will go westward towards Suez Canal. So these books are loaded and Prabhupada is watching, standing on the deck. The books are getting loaded and Prabhupada is getting tremendous energy by seeing it because he is not thinking that he will do the preaching. He is thinking this Bhagavatam will do the preaching because Bhagavatam is the incarnation of Krishna in the age of Kali. Literary incarnation of Krishna in the age of Kali, Srimad Bhagavatam. Because, it appeared soon after Krishna disappeared from material world. Soon after Krishna disappeared from material world. That is the time, Parikshit Maharaj heard Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and 7 nights from Sukadeva Goswami. And that is how Srimad Bhagavatam appears in this world. Okay, now it is 23rd August. The ship is entering into the Red Sea. This is the Suez Canal crossing, 23rd August, Red Sea. And Prabhupada's difficulties are becoming more serious. There is rain, there is seasickness, dizziness, headache, no appetite, vomiting. These are all entries in his diary. Every day Prabhupada is keeping meticulous diary. So 23rd August, this is a noting in his diary. So symptoms continued But now the symptoms are more serious. It was not just seasickness. There was a pain in his chest, unbearable pain of a heart attack. And he thought anytime he would die. The pain was so unbearable. He was tossing in his room, in his cabin. There was nobody to help him. He was just suffering. The pain was there constantly, incessantly. 1 day, 2 days. So Prabhupada counts them as 2 attacks. 1 attack, day 1, second attack, day 2. Continuously pain in the heart. But he tolerated because his mission was important. And it is a mission of Lord Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he is the chosen one to go and deliver. So he tolerated all this suffering. He never thought of going back. But after 2 days, he thought, if I have one more attack like this, I will probably die on the sea only. And often, I don't know, I have heard when someone dies on the sea like that, they will be just thrown into the ocean. I don't know whether it is still practiced until they go to the next harbor or something, they unload the body, or I don't know. They call it the sea burial. So Prabhupada had left Vrindavan, which was his home, and he has now taken this serious undertaking on the sea without knowing whether he would reach the destination alive. So, but something miraculous happened on the night of the second day. Prabhupada had a dream, a very powerful dream. In the dream, he saw the ship was being rowed. There are 2 rows, both sides with a row. Some people were rowing the boat, and they were the incarnations of Krishna. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama. Like that, the avatars were rowing the boat, and Krishna was standing and smiling at Srila Prabhupada. And from that smile, Prabhupada got assurance. Krishna also came to Prabhupada, and he patted his chest and his head, reassuring Prabhupada that I am here, I will look after you. And Prabhupada felt reassured that he will live. And with that, the attack stopped. The third attack never came. And Prabhupada started getting better and better. Then it was September 1. The ship was in the Suez Canal in Egypt, Port Said. And Srila Prabhupada visited the city and he liked it. These are the entries in his diary again. Now, September 6th, the ship is continuing. Prabhupada is recovering. Substantially, he feels recovered. He cooks his own khichdi and puri and he eats it regularly after 2 weeks of sailing. After 2 weeks of suffering, Prabhupada is now eating proper food and strength is returning, because in the meantime, he was only vomiting and no appetite. Now strength is returning. September 9, now they have reached the Atlantic Ocean. So Prabhupada writes, now we are in Atlantic Ocean for 24 hours. But fortunately, the whole day, the weather was clear and almost the sailing was smooth. There is no roughness in the ocean. But actually, Captain Pandya had told Prabhupada earlier that Swamiji, Atlantic Ocean is a very, very dangerous place. The ocean is extremely rough, and even the most seasoned sailor finds it very difficult to sail in the Atlantic Ocean. And we always hope that the sailing will end and we will reach our destination. Atlantic Ocean is always very rough. So Prabhupada was scared. What will happen to me? I'm in such frail health. Will I survive the Atlantic Ocean? But somehow, surprisingly, 24 hours have passed, but it was so smooth. And Prabhupada says, because Krishna had taken over the ship. Krishna had taken over control of the ship. Now the ocean has to obey the Lord. Prabhupada writes, I am now eating regularly. I have some strength to struggle. There is slight tacking of the ship. I have some headache also, and I am struggling. But Chaitanya Charitamrita, which I am reading, that is my source of vitality. You will remember in that suitcase that Prabhupada was carrying, the book Chaitanya Charitamrita was there for reading on the voyage. And Prabhupada says, this was my source of vitality. How many of us think Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita are the source of our vitality when we read these books? We just pick them up when we are slightly bored. We spend some 5 or 10 minutes reading the book and we are tired. Then we close the book. We handle the book sometimes very roughly. We keep it all over the place. And we take it for granted because the book comes for only 400 rupees. I can buy a volume of first canto. So it's so freely available. I can order it online. I can go to the temple and take it, and very happily people will give me the book. I take it so cheaply. But Prabhupada, he is respecting the book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, as a source of vitality. If we develop this attitude, we will gain tremendously from our reading of scriptures. We should develop this. If you recollect Srimad Bhagavatam, in one of the stories of Bhagavatam, there was one Gokarna, and he had a wicked brother. And this wicked brother one day died, and he became a ghost because of his sins. And he came and begged Gokarna, please save me somehow. And he told him, if Srimad Bhagavatam can be studied and I can hear it, then he will liberate me. This is what I have heard. So Gokarna starts reading Srimad Bhagavatam for him day and night, 7 days. And all the townspeople have also gathered around. This ghost is also hearing. On the 7th day, once Bhagavatam is finished, the ghost got liberated. And it got a four-armed Vishnu form, Vaikuntha form. And it ascended in a chariot to the Vaikuntha in the presence of all the people. So people were questioning, how is it that only this ghost got this benefit? We are also listening. Why we did not get? So the answer is, you don't have the desperation of that ghost. No, the ghost was suffering immensely, and he put immense faith in the scripture. And also, he had no other hope. Other than the scripture, he had no other hope. He did not, the ghost was not thinking, I have some bank balance, or I have some good friends, or I have a good job, or I have a nice family, they will protect me. I don't have to depend on this. Like that, no. That ghost had no hope other than Srimad Bhagavatam. And so it got liberated. For the other people, they were hearing, sometime going for tea breaks, lunch breaks, going home to sleep and coming back. For them, it was just a pastime. So if we have the same approach to spirituality, then our progress will be slow. Definitely there will be progress because we are doing a transcendental activity. But we cannot demand that kind of a quick response from the scripture. We have to develop that mood. And that happens when we stay in the association of devotees. We can cultivate that mood of desperation in hearing the scripture. See, September 9, today's ship is sailing smoothly. I feel better, but feeling separation from Vrindavan and my lords. Now Prabhupada is feeling separation from Vrindavan, from Krishna Balram, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. He's feeling separation because he was in Vrindavan happily, right? For 4 years, he was writing Srimad Bhagavatam, all the time staying in Vrindavan, Radha Damodar temple. Now he is away and he is feeling that separation. So Prabhupada is recording in his diary, I left Bharata Bhumi to execute the orders of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in pursuance of Mahaprabhu's order. I have no qualification, but I have taken the risk just to obey. I depend on his mercy, so far away from Vrindavan. Even if I am so far away from Vrindavan, it is not that I am far away from Krishna. I am depending on his mercy because I am following the orders of Mahaprabhu and the orders of my Guru Maharaj. So I have complete faith in the mercy of the Parampara and Lord Sri Krishna. So I am willingly leaving Vrindavan, even though I am feeling separation. I am willingly going because I have the pleasure of executing the will of Krishna and Mahaprabhu. So at this time, the captain's wife, Prabhupada says she was a very intelligent lady. She came to Prabhupada and said, oh, Prabhupada, you were suffering for 2 days and nights with heart attacks. And you have now survived. And the ocean is so calm. This only means that you are going to succeed in your mission. Because the goodwill of Krishna is there. He has protected you from this crisis. So your mission will be successful, like that she told. And Prabhupada became very happy. And Pandya also has told, to the people who interviewed him from ISKCON, he said, my 1965 voyage was remarkably calm, never before seen in my career, right? Pandya says. So everybody, on the one side, Prabhupada, then Pandya's wife, and Pandya himself, they are saying, yes, the ocean was unusually calm. And they say Atlantic is the most rough ocean in the whole world. It's a very huge ocean, And it's always very rough. Sailing is very difficult. So this was an extraordinary situation created by Krishna. So Prabhupada wrote in his diary, if Atlantic had shown its usual face, I might have died. But Krishna was in charge. That Krishna showed to him in his dream. So now September 13, August 13 to September 13, 1 month is gone. And Prabhupada wrote, today I disclosed my mind to my companion Lord Krishna. See who is the companion of Srila Prabhupada? Lord Krishna. And he is a companion for all of us. Can anyone recite that Bhagavad Gita shloka? It says Krishna is our companion.
Are Sarva Dharman Parityajya?
Yeah, there are many slokas that will show you that Krishna is with us, but specifically Krishna says in one sloka that I am your
Sukritam Sarva Bhutanam, that sloka, no,
nice.
Prabhuji?
Yeah, that's a very
Starting, I forgot.
good. Yeah. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Yes. Sarvaloka
Yes,
Maheshwara. Sukritam Sarva Bhutanam. That's true. Is there anything else that you recollect?
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैर्वेगवेद्यो वेदान्तकृत्वेद विदेव च.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Sarvasya cha aham kriti sarvavishto. I am seated in the heart of everyone. So in the heart of everyone, both the soul and super soul are seated. So Krishna is our eternal companion in this body and in future bodies also. Wherever the soul goes, Krishna travels. Actually, it is Krishna who carries the soul to the next body. And whichever body, even if we take birth in a most abominable body, Krishna will travel with us. Yes, so this is an amazing shloka. Is there any other shloka that you recall?
Somewhere, Prabhuji, somewhere it says, Mai te teshu chapyaham, something like that.
Okay, yeah. When it comes to devotees, Krishna says, devotee is always in me and I am always in my devotee.
Yes.
That is very true. Yes. So these are things, we think it is theory. Then Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridde Se Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. Krishna says, Ishvara is situated in the heart of everyone. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridde Se. Hridde Se means in the region of the heart. Ishvara is situated. Yeah. Then Upadrishta Anumanta Cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. Paramatma is Upadrishta Anumanta. So he is also sitting in the heart and he is also experiencing along with the soul, whatever experience he is undergoing, he is watching. So that way, but Prabhupada is feeling Krishna as his companion. And then Prabhupada wrote a poem. I am going to read it out for you. Only a part of it, but let us appreciate this poem. It's a very, very amazing poem that Prabhupada wrote. Yeah, so brace yourself. I am going to read. This is about 5 paragraphs. The English translation of the poem. The poem is in Bengali. Right? I emphatically say to you, O brothers, you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga, the son of Mother Sachi, is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. So first he glorified Srimati Radharani, because without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, you cannot get the mercy of Krishna. Now he is glorifying Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his spiritual master, because he bestows intense devotion to Krishna. So you see the link, Srimati Radharani and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The mercy is flowing. Radharani's mercy is flowing through Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is bestowing intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. Prabhupada is saying already, Saraswati Thakur is distributing. How he is distributing? He is deputing Srila Prabhupada to the Western speaking world. He only told him in the very first meeting, go and preach in English to the Western English speaking world. So, you see, For more than 70 years, Saraswati Thakur is hoping that someone will go and preach the Western-speaking, English-speaking world because they are all suffering in Rajogun and Tamogun. This is the mercy of a Vaishnava. Even though he has never seen America or Britain, he is feeling for them. So Prabhupada is writing this. And then he says, by his strong desire, by the strong desire of my Guru, the holy name of Lord Gauranga will spread throughout all the countries of the Western world. Prabhupada is saying it as a fact. It is not that I am going to spread it. It is simply by the will of my spiritual master and by the will of Gauranga. His holy name will spread throughout all countries in Western world. It's a fact. It is going to happen. In all the cities, towns, and villages on the earth, from all the oceans, seas, rivers, and streams, everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. It is going to happen. As the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions, so Mahaprabhu's mercy will conquer all directions. A flood of transcendental ecstasy will certainly cover the land. The whole world will be covered in transcendental ecstasy. Why? Because Mahaprabhu is going to cover the world with his mercy. And with Mahaprabhu's mercy, Krishna Prema will arise all over the world and it will cover people with happiness. When all the sinful, miserable living entities become happy, the Vaishnava's desire is then fulfilled. What is the desire of Vaishnava? Not that sinful people should suffer in hell. We will say like that, no? Oh, he is a sinful person. He will suffer in hell. He is a good person. God will protect him. Sinful people, they will rot in hell for millions of years like that. But that's not the way a Vaishnava thinks. You know, Vaishnava is thinking a sinful man is even now suffering in this world. That is why he is taking to sinful ways. He is suffering. That is why he is committing sins. But, oh, I wish that he will become a devotee. And then he will no longer suffer. All his sins will be forgiven. All his karma will be destroyed. And he will become a happy man. When will the day come? When all the sinful people of this world will become devotees. That is the mood of Vaishnavas. Then Prabhupada is saying, the Vaishnava's desire is then fulfilled. Although my Guru Maharaj ordered me to accomplish this mission, I am not worthy or fit to do it. See the sense of humility here. Prabhupada is not feeling qualified. Still, he is taking the risk of coming to America all alone. Just understand this. On the one side, he is genuinely feeling incompetent, insignificant, having no power to distribute the message of Mahaprabhu. But I am not worthy. I am very fallen and insignificant. Therefore, O Lord, he is praying to Krishna. Now I am begging for your mercy so that I may become worthy. For you are the wisest and most experienced of all. O Krishna, give me your mercy so that I can be successful. Then he concludes, today, that remembrance of you came to me in a very nice way. He is telling to his companion, O Krishna, today I remembered you so nicely. Because I have a great longing, I called to you. I so much longing to have you with me. I called out to you. I am your eternal servant, and therefore I desire your association so much. When we will feel like this, just question your own heart. When we will feel like this, I am your eternal servant, and therefore I desire your association so much. O Lord Krishna, except for you, there is no means of success. So this is one poem, amazing poem that Srila Prabhupada wrote. So this poem reveals to you, even though externally he is facing all kinds of inconvenience and in our perspective he is suffering, but truly he is experiencing ecstasy inside. And in the presence of that ecstasy, the bodily inconvenience is simply nothing. It is simply nothing. The inner ecstasy is so many millions of times greater than the pleasures of the heavenly planets or Brahma, Ananda, so high. So what is this external inconvenience? It is nothing. September 17, 35 days into the voyage, the ship reaches USA. It touches Boston Pier. And Srila Prabhupada gets 3 months visa stamped on his passport. There in Boston, he visits the port along with his captain, Arun Pandya. And there, after seeing the people, seeing their activities, seeing the various buildings and whatever is going on in the city, Prabhupada wrote another poem called Preaching Krishna Consciousness in America. Markine Bhagavata Dharma. This is another Bengali song. I will read the translation for you. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. You can do whatever you like with me. Prabhupada only with so much struggle he came to America. That's what we are thinking. But Prabhupada is saying, I don't know why you brought me here. This is the amazing interactions that go on between devotee and the Lord. How can you explain? We saw how much Prabhupada struggled to come to America. Now he is saying to Krishna, I don't know why you brought me here. Now you have brought me. Now you can do whatever you like with me. See the mood of surrender. You do whatever. He's not saying, oh, with great difficulty, Krishna, I came to America. You must make my mission to succeed. I want to get all name and fame for distributing Krishna consciousness here. I cannot accept any more failures. I have struggled a lot. That's not Prabhupada. With so much difficulty, he comes here. He tells Krishna, Krishna, do whatever you want. Whatever you like, because that is the only desire of a disciple, of a devotee, that the Lord's will should be done without any obstacle. The Lord's will should happen. So Prabhupada is telling, do whatever you like with me, but I guess you have some business here, but it is my guess. You have some business here. Otherwise, why you would have brought me? Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Prabhupada is saying, terrible place. After seeing Boston. All of us, if we see Boston, we'll say, oh, what a heavenly place. I don't know, I have not been to Boston. But everybody wants to go to America, no? And in those days also, it was so prosperous. So prosperous. So we would have thought this heaven, but Prabhupada says, terrible place. Prabhupada will explain. Most of the population here is covered by the material modes of ignorance and passion. Absorbed in material life, they think themselves very happy and satisfied. They think they are happy. Prabhupada is noticing this. They are apparently very content, but this is only thinking. And therefore, they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva, Krishna. I do not know how they will be able to understand it, because they are enjoying these material temporary pleasures. They have no interest in spirituality. So how they will understand Bhagavad Gita? But I know, he is speaking to Krishna, but I know that your causeless mercy can make everything possible, because you are the most expert mystic. You are the greatest magician. You can make it happen. I am an ordinary, insignificant soul. I am wondering how it will happen. All these people are in Tamogun, Rajogun. How will they take interest in the transcendental message of Krishna? But no. You are all powerful. You can do anything. You are a magician. If you will, it will happen. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? What are the mellows of devotional service? Does anyone know? How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? Anyone can say something about it?
Prabhuji, there are rasas that Dasa rasa, Vatsalya rasa, and Madhurya rasa, etc.
Yeah. So these
They
are
are the mellows.
These are like you start with Shraddha, Sadhasanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anarth Nivritti, Nishta, Asakti, Ruchi, Bhava, Prema. As you reach Prema, the mellows will become accessible to you. Prema, that's called Sthai Bhava. When you reach that Bhava, at the level of Prema, the love of Krishna is permanently present in you, like a ocean. It is an endless ocean of Prema. That is there in the heart of a devotee when he reaches the stage of Prema, after many, many years of sadhana. And at the level of Prema, in that ocean, some waves rise and fall, constantly. It's an ocean. So natural that waves will rise and fall in that ocean. These waves are called mellows. They are called by many names. Vyabhichari Bhava, Satviki Bhava. Like that, they are called by various names. And as Prabhuji says, this can be experienced in various ways, as Krishna as the master, Krishna as the friend, Krishna as a child, and Krishna as a husband, or Krishna as a lover. In different ways, these mellows are experienced. So Prabhupada is saying, all these things are there, but how will they understand these things? These people who are drowned in Tamogun and Rajogun. Oh Lord, I am simply praying for your mercy. Look at this, the power of a pure devotee. Just feel it in your heart. I am simply praying for your mercy so that I will be able to convince them about your message. See, when a drama is taking place, when the curtain opens, we see the actors are playing on the screen something, something, something. Then again the curtain falls. We don't know what is going on behind the curtain. We know only when the curtain is opened, the little time we see the show and we see the story. But behind the scene, what all has happened, we don't know, right? Similarly, whatever happened in America, you are seeing the background here. What is the background? The prayer of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada to his spiritual master, to Krishna, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to enter into the heart of all these people in America and help them to understand this message. Look at this. I will read this again. How will they understand? Oh Lord, I am simply praying for your mercy so that I will be able to convince them about your message. All living entities have come under the control of illusory energy by your will. Krishna, you have put all the living entities into the control of illusory energy. Again, don't misunderstand this. Krishna has to put you in illusory energy because you want to enjoy independently from Krishna. This fact cannot be changed. Only because the souls want to enjoy independently from Krishna. Krishna Bahirmukha. Krishna Bhuliya Jiva Bhoga Vancha Kare. Krishna Bhuliya Jiva Bhoga Vancha Kare. Nikatiya Maya Tare Japatiya. The soul that forgets Krishna wants to enjoy independently. At that time, Maya Devi, who is just waiting there, she captures the soul and gives the soul a material body to enjoy. So Krishna is allowing this illusory energy to fulfill the desire of the soul. So Prabhupada says, all living entities came under the control of illusory energy by your will. And therefore, if you like, by your mercy, by your will, they can also be released from the clutches of illusion. So Prabhupada is arguing for the fallen souls. Otherwise, you see, you need a very powerful lawyer to argue in the Supreme Court. Supposing you have done a very big crime, only a very powerful lawyer can save you. Like that. Here is Prabhupada, a pure devotee, arguing to Krishna for the sake of the fallen souls which are there in America. I wish that you may deliver them. Look at this powerful sentence. Prabhupada says, I wish that you may deliver them. This is my wish. If you remember Bible, Jesus Christ says, one day before crucifixion, oh Lord, I wish that I will be spared from crucifixion. This is my will. This is my wish, that I will be spared from crucifixion. But if that is your will, let that be done. Oh God, my Father, if your will is that I should be crucified, let it be done. This is the mood of a pure devotee, that the Lord's will should be done. But here is Prabhupada arguing for the sake of others. He is pleading with Krishna, oh Krishna, I wish that you may deliver me. And when a pure devotee pleads with Krishna for delivering the conditioned soul, Lord will oblige. That's why in our Sampradaya, in the Sri Sampradaya, when you visit a Vishnu temple, they will tell you, first go to Tayar Sannadhi. They will say, first go to the mother, Lakshmi Devi Sannadhi. You worship her, take her mercy, and then go to see Vishnu. She will plead to Vishnu on your behalf, and he will have to accept you because he loves her so completely. If she says, here is a poor, pure soul, he wants to serve you. So if you go directly to Krishna, he will say, who are you? He will not care. But first you go to the mother, and with her blessing, you go to the Lord. Then she will argue with him and say, no, you have to give mercy. Like that. So here, Prabhupada is the representative of Mother Lakshmi. And he is praying, I wish that you may deliver them. Therefore, again he says, if you so desire their deliverance, then only will they be able to understand your message. So it is my desire, Krishna, but if that is also your desire, if you are willing, then only they will be able to understand your message. How will I make them understand this message of Krishna consciousness? I am very unfortunate, unqualified, most fallen. Therefore, I am seeking your benediction so that I can convince them, for I am powerless to do so on my own. Somehow or other, O Lord, you have brought me here to speak about you. Now, my Lord, it is up to you to make me a success or failure as you like. O spiritual master of all the worlds, I can simply repeat your message. I can only repeat like a parrot. So, if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable for their understanding. So, all of you are also preachers. So, this is the way you should preach to Krishna before you start your mission. Every time you are going to talk to somebody and preach about Krishna, you should make this prayer. I am powerless. But Krishna, if you like, if you empower my words, then I will be able to convince them. We don't take any credit. All the credit is always to the Lord. Without His mercy, it is not possible. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahitare Parivartana. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, if any preacher is successful in his mission, it is because Krishna Shakti. Krishna has empowered him. So there is no way one will take credit. And Prabhupada says, even if you take an iota of credit for your works, you will fall down. Because you don't have the capacity to take that. What is that? That pride that comes from success. Oh, I have created a devotee. When it comes, you are not capable of handling it. So the Guru, he acts as a transparent via media. Whatever happens, instantly he gives the credit to the Supreme Lord and to the Parampara. And you will see it in Prabhupada's life all the time. Every time he gives credit to his spiritual master. And there are times he gives the credit to his disciples. That will maybe another time I will tell you how Prabhupada gives the credit to his disciples. He never takes it himself. And that is the smartness of a devotee. Never allow any pride to stick to you. Never think any accomplishment is due to your own competence. You should never think like that. We see it here. Only by your costless mercy will my words become pure. I am sure that when this transcendental message penetrates their hearts, they will certainly feel happy and thus become liberated from all unhappy conditions of life. They are thinking they are happy, but Prabhupada knows they are actually unhappy. But when they take the transcendental message of Krishna, they will truly become happy. Oh Lord, I am just like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance. Make me dance, O Lord, make me dance as you like. I have no devotion, I have no knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. That is what we need also. I have been designated as Bhakti Vedanta, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. I have no Bhakti, I have no Vedanta, but if you want, you can fulfill my name by making me successful in my preaching activity. Signed, the most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. On board the ship Jaladuta, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, dated 18 September 1965. How amazing, no? This mood of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada has now reached America. He is in Boston, a major city, rich with billions of dollars, populated in millions of people. But Prabhupada is determined to stay as he is. Prabhupada doesn't want to change his dress. He's seeing everywhere people are going in coat, suit and all that. Prabhupada doesn't want to change. He will be in his saffron dhoti, bead bag hanging on his neck, shikha, kantimala, tilak and umbrella. Prabhupada will stay that way only for his whole stay in America. He, as a pure devotee, he saw the people in Boston as suffering a hellish life. Even though they were in the illusion of material happiness, Prabhupada saw it as a hell. And Prabhupada was aware of the power of passion and ignorance to keep people in illusion forever. Passion and ignorance, these modes are very powerful. But he also had faith in the process of bhakti to liberate people from passion and ignorance and take them to the transcendental platform. He had that faith in bhakti. And Prabhupada thought himself tiny, insignificant. But God is infinite, and that God is Krishna, and he is his dear friend. You see, Prabhupada on the one side, he is feeling hopeless. I am so tiny, so insignificant, so fallen. But, oh Krishna, you are infinite. You are the Supreme Lord, and you are my friend. So what is impossible? So that is the mood of a devotee. So helplessly in the poem, he is speaking directly to Krishna. I wish that you may deliver them. This is the prayer on behalf of the people of America. So now 19th September, the ship is now touching New York City. Finally, Prabhupada alights from the ship permanently. That's all. He's out. He says goodbye to Arun Pandya and his wife and all the other sailors. And he's seeing now the awesome Manhattan skyline, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. About that, we have all heard, and some of us might have seen also. So this Prabhupada is seeing for the first time. And his dress I already described. Kantimala, cotton dhoti, saffron, japamala, and old chadar on his shoulders. And with an umbrella, he is getting down from the ship. He is dressed like a true resident of Vrindavan. But where is he? He is in America, the commercial capital of Maya. That is where he is. His complexion is golden. His head is shaven. He's having a shika. He's having Vaishnav tilak on the forehead. And he's wearing white pointed rubber slippers. These are the dress for a sadhu in India. But how are you going like that in America? You are looking very strange. But then the New York people don't care for anything. Even if you look extremely strange and you have newly arrived from anywhere, they don't care. They are busy. They go about their own business. So Prabhupada is completely neglected. Nobody even turns to him. Now Prabhupada is on his own in New York. There is a sponsor somewhere in Butler, Pennsylvania, Gopal Agarwal. But he's not here. And Prabhupada doesn't know how he's going to pick him up. And Prabhupada says, I did not know whether to turn left or right. This is a very famous comment of Prabhupada. A very famous comment of Prabhupada. He's completely depending on his guru. He's completely depending on the instructions of his guru and the will of Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But as a person, he's now in New York. He doesn't know where to turn. Just try to visualize the situation. He has nobody, nothing, no money, no place to stay. Nobody, he cannot even call someone, nothing. And after completing the formalities of a new visitor, a foreigner entering America, he was taken to Scindia's steamship company to book the return ticket. But Prabhupada did not book the return ticket. He only asked them about the timings and whether, he told them generally that after 2 months I will go back to India. This is what Prabhupada told the officials in the counter. Prabhupada at this time had 40 rupees and $20. How did he get these $20? By selling his Bhagavatam books. You know, he's a businessman. He distributed Bhagavatam sets and collected donations in the ship, $20. And with that, he is now ready to go to Butler, Pennsylvania. And some representative of Gopal Agarwal will come and pick him. And he will take him to Butler. So now history is in the making. An extraordinary history. For the next 10,000 years, the bhakti is going to be planted in this planet through the most commercialized, illusioned capital of the world, New York, through USA. History is in the making. But who knows? Here is a very old man at the age of 70. He has just touched down in America from an unknown cargo ship. Nobody knows. History is in the making. But this is the way that Krishna wants to show to the world the power of bhakti and the power of a pure bhakta. There is nothing else with him. Prabhupada is having only his bhakti. With that bhakti, he is going to create a miracle which the whole world will come to know. You know, he's entering like a needle that goes into a haystack, invisibly. But when he comes out, he'll come out like a sledgehammer. That we will see in the coming weeks. Thank you very much for your patience. So if you have any comments, please. Hare Krishna. Mohandas Prabhu, happy to have you back. I hope you are still there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, I was thinking of you so much. I don't know, I've been thinking of you for so long.
Yes,
So
year after, I'll make myself regular year after.
Thank you, Prabhu. I hope you are fine. That is, everything is
I'm
fine with you?
okay. I underwent a cataract operation. Now
Oh,
I'm okay.
okay, Prabhu. How is your chanting going on? Your spiritual life is all right?
21 rounds at any cost, I will complete it daily. That is my commitment. I will not go away.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
then studying Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, half an hour, 1 hour. Say, whenever I time permits, I will do it. Routine work.
So
Time.
happy, so happy to have you back. Please keep coming. We feel so
Yes,
much engaged.
definitely, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Pranam.
So, devotees, any other comments, anything that you would like to say?
These poems are heart-touching, Prabhuji. I think even I should practice writing to Guru and Krishna, because we can be sure that it will be read, Prabhuji. So we can get that
There
feel.
is a recommendation that everyone should write a diary to the Guru every night. Right? So if you are not initiated, but you are aspiring from a Guru, you can write to the Guru. Or you can even write to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is a Siksha Guru of everyone in ISKCON movement. And whoever Guru we take, he is connecting us to Srila Prabhupada, the preeminent Siksha Guru for every devotee of ISKCON. Whether this generation or the future generations for the next 10,000 years, for everyone, Srila Prabhupada is the most primary Siksha Guru. So we can always write to Srila Prabhupada. And yes, you can rest assured that he will read it. See, a Vaishnava is as good as Krishna. He is present everywhere. He can reciprocate with your desires. He can give you the blessings. So everything is possible. And writing a diary to the Guru is a very powerful medium of connecting with him. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. So this.
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
We actually, after going through this Lilamrt class, we were sharing with my sister, like sometimes we feel even if not for Krishna, we have to be very, very sincere for the efforts of Prabhupada. We have to follow his footsteps, do our sadhaka really very sincerely for the efforts that he has taken. We used to discuss like that, Prabhuji.
You are absolutely right. You know why I picked up Prabhupada Lilamrt out of so many other books? I know for sure that anyone who has studied the life of Srila Prabhupada, no one will go away from ISKCON.
Yes, Prabhuji.
There is no difference between ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. It is the personification of the values of ISKCON and Prabhupada, that is ISKCON. The institution and the person, Srila Prabhupada, are non-different from each other. Prabhupada lives through the ISKCON mission. So once you have contacted Srila Prabhupada through this powerful book, Prabhupada Lilamrt, then you will have complete faith in the bhakti process. I don't know, even Bhagavad Gita may not give you that faith, but Lilamrt will give you that faith. It is such a powerful book. And the book is also written by a pure devotee. His Holiness Satsvarupadas Goswami Maharaj, who was a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And even today, there are so many other biographies and autobiographies written by the servants of Srila Prabhupada. And all of them are worth reading. There are amazing, amazing books available. But yes, we should study the life of Srila Prabhupada very closely, very deeply to become good devotees ourselves. It is as good as reading Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. The life of Srila Prabhupada is so contemporary, so much, in our face that we can connect with it. We can feel with it. And that way, our bhakti will be definitely strengthened. Very true, Mataji. Thank you. Any other comments? So thank you very much. We'll meet again next Saturday in our usual time. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha